Confidence starts inside of you.
Hello and welcome to this first episode of Confident Leadership in Color. I'm so glad that you are here, that you are curious enough to press play. I'm Hannah Saxmy. I'm a leadership coach, a daughter of color. Yeah, really literally, but I will come back to that later. And I'm also someone that is deeply passionate about helping leaders to grow into who they truly are. This podcast has been on my heart for a long time. And today it's finally here. I'm so excited. And in this first episode, I will share the story behind the podcast, who it's for, and what you can expect in the journey ahead. I didn't start the podcast just because I love talking about leadership, which I really do. I started it because I've seen too many brilliant, creative, capable women question their leadership, question themselves, that they are doubting their value, overthinking every step, and sometimes shrink themselves to fit into a space that were never designed for them. And honestly, that makes me a bit sad because I know what that feels like. To have something to say, something you really believe in, but not always feel strong enough to take that space. I have been the one carrying big ideas, holding them back in the corporate world. I have led teams, made tough decisions, built a business, but yet I still have moments of doubt. I started this podcast because I believe the world desperately needs more colorful leadership. Leadership that is human, honest, courageous, joyful. I've seen firsthand what happens when leaders dare to lead from their values, their vision, and their energy, and not just from expectations. Everything changes. Team changes, organization changes, and most importantly, you change. You begin to lead from a place that feels alive, real, and sustainable. And that's what I want for you. Not to become a different person, but to become more of who you already are. To become more fully, boldly, and colorful. As I mentioned before, I'm a färghandlardotter. Yep, that's Swedish. It means the daughter of a paint shop owner. I grew up surrounded by colors, by palettes, by possibilities, by the idea that there's never just one way to do something. And that has shaped me. It has shaped how I see leadership. Because leadership isn't just black and white, it's a palette. It's emotional, it's creative, it's relational, it's authentic. That is why I have created now Confident Leadership in Color. It's not about being perfect. It's about being authentic. It's about leading with heart, brain, and gut, and doing it in your own unique way. With joy, with courage, with clarity. That's what this space is for. This podcast is especially for you if you are a leader or stepping into a leadership role and you are longing to feel more confident, more clear, and more like yourself. Maybe you found yourself doubting your abilities, holding back your ideas, or trying to be the kind of leader you think others expect you to be. Maybe you're tired of always being the one who listens, holds spaces, and solves problems, but rarely feels fully supported yourself. Maybe you care deeply, you want to make a difference, but it's not always easy. Especially when you're navigating complex relationships, unclear expectations, and your own inner critic. Maybe you feel the tension between the leader you are and the leader you wish you could be. If you just had a little more support, a little more freedom, a little more courage. Maybe you're tired of feeling like you have to fit into a spaces that never really were designed for you. If that resonates with you, then this podcast is for you, because leadership isn't about fitting into someone else's mold. It's about bringing your full colors to the table. And I want this to be the space where you are reminded of that again and again. In upcoming episodes, you can expect a mix of solo reflections and inspiring guest conversations. Some episodes will be short, really focused moments where I share tools, insight, and questions to help you to move forward with more confidence and clarity. Other times, I'll sit down with leaders, coaches, and inspiring people to explore real stories of growth, courage, and colorful leadership. As the name suggests, the focus will be on boosting your confidence right where you are in your own leadership journey. Over time, I open the door to the Leadership Palace, a colorful, authentic way to approaching leadership that goes beyond black and white thinking, always with a goal, helping you to lead with heart, brain, and gut, and to create a leadership journey that is vibrant, grounded, and truly your own. So before we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a simple reflection. If your leadership was a color right now, what would it be? Maybe it's bold and bright. Maybe it's muted and unsure. Maybe it's shifting and blending. Whatever it is, just notice it without judgment. And if you were feeling brave, I invite you to name the leadership color out loud that you want to have. And then ask yourself, what's the one small action I can take this week to bring a little more of my true colors into how I lead? It's the small steps that matters. Every time you choose to lead a little more from who you truly are, you build a stronger, more confident foundation for everything that comes next. Thank you so much for joining me on this very first episode of Confident Leadership in Color. I'm Hannah Saxmy, and I believe that leadership isn't just black and white. It's a palette, a mix of courage, clarity, creativity, and authenticity. In the next episode, we'll dive into what confidence really means. Not just the loud kind, but the deep, grounded confidence that shapes how we lead. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love if you hit follow, left a review, or shared it with someone who needs it. Maybe if you want to connect, reflect, or just say hi, come find me on Instagram or LinkedIn at Hannah Saxmy. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep leading in full color.
Leadership sets you apart. Bright and brave in every you. Confidence starts inside of you.